All right. Finally streaming again. Had Istad in town last week, so I thought his flight was earlier and it wouldn't be an issue. Didn't realize it wasn't until dinner time. What can you do? Sometimes when you have a bitch at your house, you just give in. So, quite a bit happening with actually good shows recently. Well, I guess I should talk about the stream itself also, because obviously I'm early. Well, I'm early from what I said I would do, and I think what I'm going to start doing from now on, just because I'm pretty busy in general with, life, is I'm going to stream on Sundays still, but I'm not going to commit to the hard 12 o'clock. It's just going to kind of be whenever I can get to it. So most likely it'll still be between 10 and noon, but I'm not going to commit to just noon. Because what ends up happening is I end up kind of waiting around. Like if I'm being good and healthy, I end up waiting around until noon after I go run. So I have like a couple hours where I'm just kind of sitting on my ass and not doing anything. And this new job is keeping me super fucking busy, so it's kind of not great for me to just waste half of a weekend day when I just don't have that many. Oh shit. So yeah, that's a little bit of an update there. Nobody's here yet anyway, so I guess the people that really give a shit will just listen back to this if they want. I don't know. But either way. So that's going to be what's going on with the stream now. From now on is I'm just going to do it. Yeah, I said it says, oh, blaming me, typical. Of course. There's always someone else to blame, didn't you know? But yeah, I just it's just like noon's just kind of a weird time because I get up at today I woke up at 7:30. And I went and caught up on some shows and went and ran. And if I hadn't started streaming now, I would just literally be sitting there kind of waiting to start the stream. So it's just not super convenient for me. And I figure nobody cares that much anyway. So either way, I feel like it's not a huge deal, really. But yeah, then it gives me the rest of my day to myself, which is nice. I mean, like yesterday, obviously I'm working like a normal person 5 days a week now at the job site because I'm essentially a geotechnical engineer, field engineer, construction engineer, whatever you want to fucking call it. And so when I get home like this week, I literally spent Monday night. I watched The Penguin and tried to get caught up on Arcane. Tuesday made the Penguin video, watched Arcane, and then Thursday and Friday was kind of the same. And then Saturday or yesterday, I woke up and I woke up at 6:30, watched all of part 2 of Arcane, record the video, made it, had to do some fucking errands, and then by that time it was like 6 o'clock. And, it's not like I'm not bitching. Well, I guess maybe I am. I don't fucking know. But it would be one thing if this was like my job. But obviously it's not. It's just a hobby. So I don't want to like give away my whole weekend and like kind of fuck up my Sunday as well when I have to go back to work Monday. Oh, let's see. I see you in chat, Istad. Is it just super delayed? Let me pull this to my other window so I can keep an eye on it. Because sometimes it'll bump itself back to only top chat, but I always put it at live chat so I can see all of them. I don't know why it did that. I can see you in OBS. It's just not showing up on screen right away. Ah. So yeah, that's kind of just what's going on with the stream. I've been super inconsistent anyway. I mean, even Thanksgiving, my family's coming in, so like probably won't be streaming that Sunday, obviously, because they'll be here. Although maybe I don't know. Maybe I can squeeze one in the morning, depending on what we're doing. But I definitely don't want to guarantee anything on Thanksgiving weekend. And I hope that most people have better things to do than hang out here with me bitching about whatever the latest fucking thing is that weekend. Gladiator 2 or some shit. Speaking of which, I made a total fucking asshole of myself. I went to go see Gladiator 2 Thursday because people were talking about having seen it. And when I looked up Gladiator 2 showtimes, it came up for Thursday at 6:30 at my theater. And I was like, oh, sweet. Fucking went over there. Luckily, it's only a mile away. And the guy was like, it comes out next week. So the kid had to be like, nicely, you're a fucking idiot. Super annoyed at myself, but it did give me more time to watch Arcane, which was nice. Because I was trying to catch up on season 1. I did not realize it had been 3 fucking years since season 1 of Arcane, so I had forgotten a lot. Because I tried to just watch it. I was like, oh fuck, I'm sure I remember enough. And I did not. Run, Yoshi. So yeah, I look like a total fucking retard at the theater. Anyway, I don't even know how many people will show up today since I didn't do it last week and then changed the time suddenly. And I have no clue how many people get notifications for my channel or anything. Fucking YouTube, man. I have a personal email account that I use. And then this one is separate, obviously. Mainly just for me to keep track of shit. Because, if I watch something like, I don't know, like a political stream or something, and I send a super chat or a comment, I don't want that shit showing up on this account. Like, you guys don't care about that, and I don't want to have to worry about that shit. But, so yeah, so I have a personal account in this one, obviously. And, fucking YouTube, sometimes I'll get a notification on this account that says Filthy Casual has uploaded a new video. And it's like, you're notifying me on my channel that I uploaded a video. Like, what in the fuck is that? I mean, maybe there's YouTubers that just sit around watching their own shit. I don't know. But I just thought it was so fucking strange. Because it happens a lot. Like when I get the notification on my personal account, I'm like, oh yeah, well, obviously, right? Like that's a separate account. Makes total fucking sense why. Makes total fucking sense why I would get a notification because I'm subscribed to myself, right? Not that I don't ever comment from that account or anything like some fucking Kevin Durant fucking loser, but I'm just subscribed to myself so I can make sure my shit's getting uploaded. Sometimes I'll use it to check to see if, God damn it, Mario. Sometimes I'll use it just to make sure the stream is functioning okay. Surprising as that is, given how often it's fucking up. Well, some big streamers have someone to do their uploads. Yeah. Well, that makes sense too, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if the channel ever got to that point where I needed like a separate channel for my live streams, that makes sense. I mean, I did it for like a couple of weeks, but it ended up just being a big pain in the ass. And I don't know. I feel like anybody who's here is gonna watch it anyway. The fuck is this? Like anybody who's here watching is gonna watch it here regardless. So didn't really make much sense to do it. for how small I am. I'm guessing it's there just to let them know so they don't mess up shit. Maybe, I don't know. It's just a really weird thing to me when I'm like I'll upload a video and then like a week later I'll have a notification on my YouTube account and it's saying, "Hey, you have a like, whatever. Like you have a video that you put out." Like, great, thanks. I don't know. It's just one of those things that it always makes me wonder: does YouTube actually know what the fuck they're doing, or are they just like, you know, like they have an algorithm? They just hope it fucking generally works, and whenever there's a complaint, they try to fix one thing and fuck up about 10 more. Because that would be kind of my guess, is that at this point, there's not a single person who has any fucking idea how that thing works. I mean, how could they, you know? Like, that shit's been going on for fucking, what, 25 years that YouTube's been around? I think like since 2000-ish. I don't know exactly when. I remember watching it in high school, so definitely early 2000s. It was already around. Early to mid 2000s. Anyway, now that I've kind of killed some time just bullshitting, I guess I should talk about the things in the title, which are Arcane and the Penguin. I guess I'll start with the Penguin since that seems to be the hotter take that I had. Even though it's not even really a hot take. It's probably a top 5 show of the year. I just didn't like how it ended. I mean, it made sense. The writing made sense. You know, character-wise, it made sense. If you just want a pure villain, you know, I get that. But I just, I don't know. For me, I thought he was like a really good villain through Ep 6. And then Ep 7 and 8, I was like, meh. Okay, so he's just pure evil. Like, that's fine. I mean, I get he's a comic book villain, and he's going to be, from what I've heard, is that Colin Farrell said that, oh, that kills me automatically? You motherfucker. From what Colin Farrell has said, apparently, he's got like half a dozen scenes in the Batman 2. Which, is there even a date for that yet? I haven't heard shit. But either way, so it sounds like he'll have a similar role in the Batman 2 that he did in the Batman. Where if you haven't seen that, he's in it, but he's obviously not the main villain. He's just got like a little, like kind of a one scene, and frankly, the scene doesn't lead to shit. The more I think about that movie, the more I think it's actually kind of a pile of shit. I think a lot of people just remember that first 15 minutes and then just suck the whole movie off. Because that movie, I think, that might be the most overrated Batman movie. Not my thing at all. But yeah, so the thing with the Penguin is, it is a really good show. The characters are all really well done. The acting is awesome. I'd be shocked if Colin Farrell doesn't win something. I mean, it's crazy. I don't think there's ever been a time before where I knew who the actor was under all the makeup, but I still can't see it. I mean, obviously most people are watching it know it's Colin Farrell, right? Like, if you've watched it, you know that's Colin Farrell. Most underrated is Val Kilmer Batman. Was he the Batman with Jack Nicholson Joker? It's been a while since I've watched all those old ones. I think the worst one is probably the fucking what's his face? Clooney. That shit was crazy. Crazy bad, I mean. The whole fucking back hard and that the Clooney one has to be the worst, right? Because was Val Kilmer in two of them? Was he the one with the Joker and then the one with Catwoman? It's been so long since I've seen those. And then I think Clooney was the Batman and Robin one, right? Well, people love that fucking Tim Burton one with the Joker, with the Jack Nicholson Joker. Oh, Michael Keaton, yeah. I can't keep track of all these fucking Batman. Keaton was with Penguin, Joker and Penguin. Jesus Christ. Mr. Divine came in to save me. Keaton was with Joker and Penguin, yeah. Those are the ones I think people really like. From what I've heard. I mean, I remember liking them, but I don't remember enough now to even comment on it, honestly. It's been so fucking long. Yeah, it sounded like people were pretty like excited to see him in The Flash, and then it was just kind of such a bad movie that I don't know if anyone gave a shit after. Well, that was fucking ridiculous. Damn Yoshi. Because I'm pretty sure Clooney was the one with Mr. Freeze, and that's the one that's like comically bad, where you've got the he's making all those fucking puns and stuff. Arnold is as Mr. Freeze and the Bat card and all that crazy shit. Oh, iStat says he's trolling that he didn't like Kilmer either. Was Kilmer the Two-Face one? With Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face? I look it up myself. I look it up myself, but I'm busy butchering a Child's game, so I don't think I can do two things at once. I'm already struggling. I should probably go back and rewatch those sometime. Because the one thing that I think people do miss about the older ones is that they actually wanted to be like comic booky. And now they really shy away from that stuff, obviously. Like, I think the consensus seems to be everyone chill. Yeah. I know he has one in there about the Ice Age, but I can't remember how he sets it up. Fucking ridiculous. Who was that? Joel Schumacher or something? He said something about like what killed the dinosaurs. The Ice Age. Oh God. Oh, you fucking kidding me? Yeah, iStat says it's been like a decade since he's watched them also. Seriously? And now I'm dead again. Fucking Yoshi. Jesus. Zod, lay down. Zod, lay down. Oh, I was gonna say that before I got distracted by being a fucking retard. Was I remember it seems like the consensus is that most people like. Oh shit. That's Filthy Casual Senior's ringtone. Oh shit! I accidentally used something. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. I'm fucking falling apart today. God, I keep getting distracted. So what I was saying is the consensus seems to be that the Tim Burton Gotham is like the most, comic booky Gotham feeling, like lively one, is what people seem to say. Who, watch those movies and all that and are like big Batman people. Which I could see that. Like the Christopher Nolan ones I like the most, but Gotham is kind of just like, it just feels sort of like Chicago or wherever the fuck they filmed it. It doesn't feel like a different world or, an exaggerated world or whatever. I said, tell Filthy Casual Senior hello, and he's a loser. Well, I'm sure there's a different word you'd prefer to use, but YouTube won't let you. Yeah, so like the Tim Burton ones were super stylized, and I totally get why, people would be down with that. All right, let's see if I can not die again like a complete buffoon. Are you bitch? Seriously. Oh no, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, can I catch these? I don't even know. I can. I'll just let him feed me. But like the Christopher Nolan ones, especially the third one, just kind of has like a generic city feel to it. So I could definitely see why, like if you're a hardcore Batman person, you'd be like, I prefer the older Gothams where they had like the crazy architecture and the super over the top villains. You got your Danny DeVito Penguin and all that type of shit. But I've also heard people like really bitch about that Batman doesn't do enough detective work. So people seem really happy with that about the Batman. My issue is that with that is oh my god, I can't even fucking talk. My issue with that is I haven't seen it. I think I watched it one time since it came out in theater. But my issue with that is that oh god, no, my balloon. Fuck. Is that like the detective work that he does in the Batman, as far as I remember, makes no fucking difference. Like he just finds stuff, like he finds clues and shit, but he never comes close to catching the Riddler until he's already like initiated his terrorist attack. So it's like, cool. Like you're essentially a cop, and that doesn't even get into all the stuff with the, plot armor and whatever. Him fucking squirrel diving into a bridge face first and all that. Eating a bomb to the face. I don't know why they keep doing this with these Batmans where I feel like they don't ever use stealth. Like the Ben Affleck one was very like tanky. And they've kind of been doing that thing where it's like this sort of, I don't know, like robo suit almost. So instead of like being sneaky and, using like whatever training he went through in the mountains, he's just kind of eating bullets because he's got the best tech. And like you would have to think when they do it that way where he can just get, endless machine gun fire to his face, that the military would be like, hey, we need to figure out what the hell is going on and see if we can, get our hands on that shit. Like if he's just a vigilante and he's being sneaky and using technique and whatever, it makes more sense. For like why would the military care about some fucking weirdo in a bat costume? But if you have a dude who's walking around in essentially an Iron Man suit, like he was in the Batman, you have to think the military would be like on that shit, you know? I mean, they'd be at least curious. Oh shit! I forgot about this level with the what's this shitbag's name? I can't remember now. Chomper or something, right? Wow, that dude is fucking fast. Can't blame them. It's made for the modern audience. They want action, not a creeper. That's a good point, Mr. Divine. It is just, I don't know. Like I feel like the Bale one was the last one to actually do that. And I think it works really well for like the whole fear thing, the idea that you know, that he's not getting caught. Like when you see Batman walking through the middle of a fucking bar, just eating bullets to the face. I don't know. It's kind of hard not to be like, really? The cops had no one undercover? But when he's doing shit like just sneaking up on their distribution facilities or whatever, it makes way more sense to be like, oh, the cops can't get a fucking handle on him or they're corrupt. So they're avoiding the criminals anyway. So they're just not in those areas. I just think that world building wise, it makes a lot more sense. And plus, it makes the action better. If you have a guy that can scroll dive off a skyscraper, like face first into a bridge and not die, I mean, how many stakes are there really? Or if he can just hold a fucking bomb in his hands as it blows up, like, are you worried about him when he is helping people in a flood? No. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you're probably right. You're probably right that that they were like, oh, he's the DC Iron Man. You know, like we need him to be tanky and take bullets, and he's right in the middle of the action. I just think it's kind of lame. I mean, it could be cool in certain context, but the problem is, and you kind of see this in the Justice League, the problem is when you have them fighting like interdimensional fucking aliens or whatever, he kind of has to like step aside because he's still just a human. So even if, you know, even if he's can eat bullets and shit, he can't hurt enemies like that. So at the end of the day, it's like, well, what are we doing then? Like, I've heard people talk about this already with Captain the new whatever Captain Falcon as Captain America. That they're like, you know, Captain America had the super serum. Like, that's why he could use the shield the way that he could. How the fuck is a regular guy going to do that? I mean, they could just have a throwaway line where they're like, hey, have some super serum, but they're probably not even going to bother with that. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Divine says that Batman went from wearing a costume to wearing armor. So once you have armor, you don't need stealth. Yeah. I'm not wearing hockey pads. God, that fucking shit's getting more out of control too. I mean, nothing's ever going to beat the Dark Knight, where I don't know if Christopher Nolan went to like a loud fucking concert before he mixed the audio for that movie or what. But that fucking, like, where's the trigger? So ridiculous. I mean, if you're gonna give him all the tech, just give him like a slight voice modulator. You know, you don't have to go crazy with it. It doesn't need to be like completely unrecognizable, because no one thinks that Batman is the fucking Bruce Wayne anyway, or Bruce Wayne is the Batman anyway. I mean, I'm sure some people suspect him throughout, I haven't read the comics. I talked about this before. Part of my issue with comics is that even when I've thought about reading them, I'm like, there's a million different arcs and um versions and timelines and multiverses. So I don't even know. Is there like a golden timeline for these comics, or is there one that is like the canon timeline, or has it just gotten to the point where there's so many that people just kind of pick just whatever you prefer, really, like almost like a choose your own fucking adventure type deal. Oh, you bitch. Yeah, they can't just deepen their voice or use another voice like Kevin Conroy. Exactly. Kevin Conroy is the one that did all the animated stuff, right? That people loved, and then his last fucking thing before he died was that piece of shit game that it sounds like everyone hated. The Justice League Suicide Squad beats the Justice League or kills the Justice League or something like that. Oh shit. God damn it. Okay, so DC does have a main timeline. That's interesting. Because I hear people all the time, like on other streams, be like, "Oh, what? Like if I haven't read comics before, where should I start?" And they'll name like 10 different fucking Batman things that you can choose from, which to me just sounds like just choose your own adventure. What are those novels called? Where you the New 52? I thought is the New 52 the one that everyone shits on? I don't know. I'm just asking because I feel like I've heard. I feel like it was the New 52 that I heard people shit like would say it was absolute dog shit and it retconned a bunch of stuff and whatever. Because the New 52 started in like, what was it, like 2010 or some shit? Yeah, iStat says Batman the Animated Series was goated though. Yeah, that really was. I remember like loving those cartoons as a kid. Recently, actually, I put the Justice League cartoon on Netflix just as I was going to bed each night. There's some good stuff in there. And there's also stuff that would definitely not be in a fucking show now, obviously. Like a lot of the stuff with Wonder Woman in particular. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, there we go. Got lucky. I can't remember which one that was called. I think it was called Batman. Was it Batman Beyond? I know the one you're talking about. It was like the late 90s, early 2000s, right? Yeah, because that shit was so good. I love the Justice. Oh no, I just did it again. I love that Justice League that had the. I love the Justice League that had the Black John Stewart, Wonder Woman, and Hulk Girl. Lex Luthor was voiced by I think it was Clancy Brown, the guy that just played Sal Moreno in The Penguin. Like, what a fucking sweet ass cast they had too. Oh, Batman Beyond is when Bruce is old. Okay. I'm pretty sure the one that you're talking about is the one that is on Netflix right now. The one that I think we're thinking of the same one. Which I wonder if Mark Hamill was the voice for the Joker in that one, because I know he's done it a couple times, but I don't know if it was just movies or if he got involved in like the animated series as well. Because people love Mark Hamill as the Joker. I mean, I've heard that he's really good, but I feel like he must have been in one of the movies. But yeah, the animated stuff's really good. It's a shame that they don't just put that shit right on fucking screen for live action, huh? Oh my god, I am such a boomer. Jesus Christ. Mr. Divine says Mark Hamill voiced Joker in the animated. That's what I was asking. That's what I was asking is did he do it for all the series or did he just do it for like what is he called like Joker gets the last laugh or the last laugh or something? Because I didn't know if they used him for everything or if it was just like a couple specific movies or series or whatever. Because there's been like 20 of those fucking series, as far as I'm aware. I'm sure there's even more now. I mean, I haven't watched those, you know, like Cartoon Network type shows in a long time. Oh, you little shits. This fucking little bullet guy is giving me fits. Oh, I see. That's the strategy. Okay. I think Tim Curry did it initially, and then Mark took over just about everything. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, people love his voice too. It'd be so cool to be a voice actor. Like the guy that H. John Benjamin that does Archer. Like you get to be famous, but not like annoyingly famous. You just kind of get to pick the stuff that you want to do, make fucking good money, and you're like involved in a bunch of shit, but you're not gonna get paparazzi'd, you know? So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is Arcane. Arcane has been a pretty big downer, I'll just go ahead and say. It's weird because I actually still like it, but it's been frustrating to watch for sure. Because it really is. It's still better than most things out, like by a long shot. And you can tell that they put in, like a lot of attention to detail and a lot of work. And yeah, Mr. Divine says that's the goal of voice acting is to get where you can just use your own voice. That's a good point. um, like all the surface level stuff, like you can see in Arcane, like where the money went. Unlike most things, like Joker 2, they spend fucking $200 million. You're like, where the hell did it go? And Arcane, you can see where the money went. Like the action scenes are cool. I wish I could play stuff without getting copyright hit. I'd like to show you guys some stuff if you haven't seen it. But like, season 3 of episode 2 has an awesome fucking fight. Like the way that it's edited, where they cut back and forth between 3 or 4 different fights going on at once, but it's like smooth as shit. It's really neat the way that it's done. Because like the transitions and stuff are really cool because they just blend like right in. I'm not sure that's something you could do with live action or not. That'd be tough, I feel like. But it's just a bummer. The characters are really all over the place. Oh god, I'm gonna die a bunch on this one, aren't I? The the world building, I'm sure they thought the world building out, but man, it is hard to follow. Like, I don't know if they're pulling from like Arcane deep lore, or if they're pulling from the games or what. Because I thought League of Legends was just like a PvP, like multiplayer, kind of mindless thing. I don't know if it has like extensive world building, like something like I feel like WoW, even though it's PvP, has had a lot of thought put into the world. I don't know if that's the case for League of Legends or not. I have no clue. And if they're pulling from that stuff and hoping that like, most people will recognize it, then I can see why I wouldn't get it. Because obviously I have not. But do you gotta play the game to understand what's going on? Well, see, that's what I'm asking. I don't know. The first season, for sure, no. The second season, it is going fast. Like, like the speed of the it's weird. Like the speed of the plot is kind of like breakneck. I don't know how many of you guys have seen my Oppenheimer review, or if you have, if you even agree with me, because the comments were pretty split on my Oppenheimer review. But it's like a lot of shit happens, but it's all so fast that it almost feels dull because you're not getting really attached to anybody. You're not getting in depth on anything. The payoffs kind of feel undeserved because they haven't built them up, you know? So that's kind of how this season of Arcane feels to me. I don't know what like the consensus is. I mean, at least in my comments, which is a very small sample size, for part 2, a lot of people agreed with me. A couple of them called me a fucking idiot, but that's every video that I do. I'll just call a spade a spade. It's pretty funny. I was actually just looking through my recent videos because I don't ever check my numbers or analytics. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just talk about the stuff that I want to talk about. I hope that people, watch and enjoy, and that's kind of all I can do. And I don't know which path I have left. Shit. But my Penguin episode 6 video had 100% likes, and then everyone since then has been like 50-50. Which is fine. It's just kind of funny that when you criticize stuff that's popular, you get shit on. It's not a surprise. It's not fucking breaking news. It's just funny to see. Because a lot, like even my Penguin criticisms, I praised the show. I said it was well written, it was well executed. It just wasn't for me. And the consensus seems to be that I'm a fucking idiot. Because if I understood it, then I would like it. And I don't know why it irritates the fuck out of me, honestly. Like the idea that you can't, that if you understand something and can appreciate that it's good, that you must also enjoy it. Okay, fuck off, dude. Yeah, eat shit, bitch. Dude's on my fucking ass. Oh, seriously? I ate the star, but not that little fucker. Fuck you. Have you seen the trailer to Amazon Secret Levels? Thoughts? I have no idea what you're even talking about. Is it based off a video game or what is that? Because I've never heard of it, so I don't know anything about it. Do you think it looks good? I mean, like, is it based on a book you like or something, or is it just like an original thing and you're just curious about it? Anthology based on video games. Oh, okay. What is the game called? Secret Levels? God damn it! These fucking bandits are annoying. Shits. Yeah, eat shit, faggot. Oh, shit. Well, I hope this stream's gonna get in trouble. God damn it. Fucking got frustrated. Yoshi. Oh, I see. I went the wrong way here. I got it. I'm not sold on it. So, do you like the game, or are you just talking about the show? Like, you played the game and now you're questioning the show? Because for me, whenever I hear about a game getting made, what? Whenever I hear about a game that I like, no, it's multiple games, short films like Robot Sex Live. Oh, okay. That one I've seen the trailer for on Netflix. I haven't actually watched it though. It seemed like it was popular from what I heard, but I couldn't comment on it. Um there we go. There we go. Eat shit, bandit. Um, no, I'll have to check it out. I wonder if it's supposed to be a big deal or not. See, this is the problem with all these streaming platforms. Is my dad will be like, "Oh, have you seen this show on Apple or Peacock or Paramount?" And I'm like, "I don't have any of those, so I haven't even heard of the show that you're talking about." Like Tulsa King, I think is like one of the top ones in the ratings right now. Is this serious? Fuck this game. Um, like Tulsa King, I think is one of the top ones in the ratings right now, but it's on Paramount or whatever. Oh my god, put me all the way back here. Jesus Christ. Um, and I haven't even seen an episode because, you know, kind of why would I, right? Like I don't have Paramount. Never heard anything about it. The only reason I even heard about it is because I watch other YouTubers who cover TV and shows. But I've never heard about it from like a regular person. Um, but shit, I totally lost my train of thought there. Oh, Arcane, yeah. So Arcane, no, you definitely don't need to play the games. Lilyhammer, I don't know. See, Mr. Devine said that he watched one episode of Tulsa King on a plane. It gave him Lilyhammer vibes. Now I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is Lilyhammer? There's just, it's crazy that we went from a time where there was like 3 stations, and and then people were bitching when DVR and TiVo and shit came out because there was like 1,000 stations, but most of them were garbage. And now we've got like 1,000 streaming platforms, and I just don't hear about anything. It just gets buried. I mean, it's not even like I would be opposed to watching that stuff. I just haven't heard about it. And then when I think about it, I'm like, well, I already have like 8 fucking shows that I'd like to watch that I'm behind on. Oh, it's an old Netflix original. Okay. God damn it. Oh, you son of a bitch. Um, yeah, plus I've kind of gotten to the point with American stuff where I'm like, take it or leave it. Certainly don't trust that it's going to be fucking good. Yeah, I need to watch. It's tough because I like to read also. And I used to read at my jobs because because I just had jobs that were boring as shit, or I worked night shift, or whatever the case was, where I could get away with it. And now that I work a job out in the field, I don't have that luxury, which I know just makes me sound like a spoiled asshole, but it's the truth. The Arcane, man, it's I would absolutely recommend season 1, like 100%. Great fucking show. A lot of people have it in their top like whatever. I mean, like some people say it's like their favorite show ever. It's really good, for sure. But there we go. Sound more like a prick. For reading? Or because I was reading at work? I mean, look, man, when you work for the government, you can literally ask for more work, and they'll just be like, no. Like, we can't give you more work. That's just straight up how it is. Because in the government, everything is it's essentially the way that it works is grades. So like if you're a grade whatever, they call it GS in most of them, but they have different systems. If you're GS 11, hey, what's up, Tyler? Tyler, I still haven't finished Deadwood. I've been busy with other shit, but I actually I'll probably finish it tomorrow. Oh, you've been sick? That sucks. No singing for you then, huh? Oh, you work for the government too, Mr. Divine? That's funny. I used to work for the USGS. If you knew my actual name, you could find interviews with me. Because I used to do earthquake stuff. And if there was a bad one, I used to have to give interviews on like mainly like local radio. But I had one on MSNBC, I had one on CNN, like live. Really fucking stressful. How sick are you, Tyler? Just a cold? I mean, it is like November, so it's about that time for, you know, people to start passing that shit around. Oh, whoops, went the wrong way. Trying to read the fucking chat and went the wrong way. See if I can not fuck this up again. There we go. Really bad cold. That sucks. Yeah, I had one a couple weeks ago. I had to take 2 days off work. Just laying on my fucking couch sweating. Shit's miserable. Ah, nice. Tyler said he got sick at his own birthday party. Passing that shit around, huh? I get it. Oh, shit. No! There we go. Save me a little bit of time there. Yeah, it's about that time of year, especially when you have all your families meeting up, and you know how that shit goes. Around all these people. I always wonder now, how many more people get sick when they go out just because they work from home and are like so fucking isolated? I would think your immune system has to get weaker now. Like just generally. If all you do is sit at home for work and then don't go out, or you have your own home gym or whatever, you know, whatever your thing is. But that's funny that you said that about working for the government though, Mr. Divine. Because I was a GS9 because I went straight to the government at a grad school, and you know GS9 is not bad starting money when you're 24. But because we did the earthquake detection stuff, there was only like 14 people who did my job, and we all worked out in Golden, Colorado, and literally I worked nights. I worked Thursday night to Monday night. And because there was only 14 of us, there was nowhere for me to go. Like I couldn't get promoted. I asked for more work, like for probably I would say once a month for about a year. And then it got to the point where my boss was like, "Look, if we give you more work, we have to bump you up to a GS11, and that's not in the approved budget." So it literally just, he was like, you know, as long as you're here, I kind of don't care what you do. Just make sure you're present in the office. Was pretty much how it worked. And it's funny because I have a friend who works at the VA. I've had family at the VA and APG and all kinds of shit. And they've all told me similar things about like about their experience with the government. where like essentially they like their work just got taken from them to the point where they had nothing to do, which is like crazy to think about. And all it is people fighting over budgets. So like if you can have more employees under your umbrella, then when the time comes for budget cuts or layoffs or furloughs, blah blah blah, like they'll be like, well, look, I have 1,000 employees that work for me. You can't fire us. And that's what they do. It's crazy how wasteful it is. I really hope I get a fucking checkpoint here. This level's long. This shit's kicking my ass. There we go. No worries about Deadwood. I know you're gonna like it. Oh, I've enjoyed season 2. I just got completely sidetracked with Oh, you do logistics, okay. Do you like that? Or is that boring? Tyler says he's never worked for the government. Yeah, I can't imagine the government's really wanting a lot of singers, but you know. You can see if the military wants you can be one of those girls that sings to the soldiers when they come back. Oh, I see what's going on here. Damn it. Damn it. It's a job. Yeah, that's kind of how I am too. I said it earlier in the stream. I'm not sure if you were here, but I'm a geotechnical engineer. So I'm on a construction site every day. And I have a shitload of paperwork that comes with it and reading contracts and stuff. And that's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, I'm not like totally watching the clock because I'm so fucking busy. But there's definitely a part of me that's like, man, I just want to get home. Oh yeah, Mr. Devine says that the military has a vocalist for their band. There you go. Shit, what else was I gonna say? I got totally fucking sidetracked talking about the government. Oh, whatever. I don't even know what's coming out soon. I'm gonna go see Gladiator on Thursday. Now that I know that it's actually this Thursday, and I'm not fucking up the date this time like a complete idiot. But yeah, outside of that, I've mainly been watching Arcane. I've been trying to keep up with this season's anime. Oh, that was an option you considered? Nice. Go watch Red 1. You know what's funny is I actually considered that because I was like, it looks like such a sack of dog shit. But then IMAX, yeah, I heard about that. About The Rock saying that what did he say exactly? The Red 1 was going to be a banger if they could put it in IMAX, and he was inspired by Oppenheimer or some shit. Something fucking crazy. Yeah, that dude's ego, man. He's out of control. That is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard, though. I actually thought about it when I went to Gladiator at the wrong fucking time, but I was like, I don't really feel like fucking with this pile of dog shit. Because the preview is one of those movies that looks like it's one of those movies that when you see the preview, you're like, who the fuck approved this? Like, have I seen Hunter x Hunter? No, because I heard that it was really good, and then the author got sick, and the story, it sounds like, is either never gonna finish or it's doing that thing where it's like on a hiatus, but it's also been like 4 years or some crazy shit. So I just never. Oh shit! I missed my checkpoint. Damn it. But it's one of those things that just sounds like it's not going to finish. And if I know something doesn't have an ending or it's not gonna, I'm really disinclined to see it. And then, if it was like 12 episodes, I might still consider it. But I think it's like 160 or something. I've only heard good things, but I don't like stories that don't have an ending. And then iStat actually mentioned that they changed the protagonist like halfway through or some shit. Which is kind of a bold fucking move. I mean, I know anime will do some unconventional shit, but that's a pretty interesting one. You recommend it? Yeah, I really have only heard good things about it. I've just am like, well, do I want to invest in something that's never gonna fucking end? Like I have a real, I don't know if you call it a peeve. Oh shit. Oh fuck. But everyone loves is it fucking Gone or whatever? And I always see people crying about that one scene, and I mean it seems super fucking popular. I mean I'm sure there's a reason, right? Usually if stuff is popular, it's at least decent. Obviously you have your trashy shit, but that can't be helped. Your shit like whatever, cheat skill isekai and all that kind of fucking garbage. That's all self-insert, weird power fantasy shit that I don't really tend to fuck with too much. I mean, it can be fun if it's done right, but most of them are just like some fucking loser protagonist who suddenly is God and then has a harem. Okay, so the anime does wrap it up. Huh. Is that different than the manga, or have you not read the manga? Because right now I've been actually reading actually that's my choice after Deadwood. Okay. Yeah, I think I said I would do one core at a time. So that should be fine. Wow, high score 46. That's a fucking failing grade. Right now for anime, I'm watching what am I watching right now? Kind of a lot of Dan to Dan is I can see why it's super popular. Okay, so the manga is never gonna end. Oh, what I meant though was did the anime change what was happening so that the anime could end, but the manga had a different thing going, and it's just gonna keep going. You love to hear what, Mr. Divine? I think the chat's a little bit behind me. So sometimes your responses, I'm like, I've said 10 things since you sent it, which I don't know if that's an internet thing or a YouTube thing or what. But Dan to Dan has been really fun. I would definitely recommend that one. The end of the first episode does go a little bit crazy with like the animation and kind of, I don't know, a little bit over the top. But I actually read the manga over the last week, and it's been really fucking good. It's just super fun. It's really funny. It's got fucking supernatural shit. It's got aliens. It's just a good time. It's never ending. I got you. Mr. Divine say he loves to hear that the manga is never ending. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, there's nothing that will make me less inclined to watch something than if the author just fucking gave up on it. Like, I was gonna read No Game No Life, and then I was like, oh, the author got fucking sued for like some copyright shit or something, so he literally can't finish it. But that actually did get resolved, so the books are coming out again just slowly. No Game No Life was fun if you're into that sort of thing. It's you know, everybody likes the smart characters. I mean, I could never write a smart character, but I like them. Okay, so Tyler says the chat's behind me. The anime ended the series in such a way that I was satisfied. Some things were left open, but there's a small montage that ties those up too. That's not bad then. I mean, if the anime knew that the manga was fucked and did its own thing, that's cool. You know what's funny is it sounds like something similar happened to Full Metal Alchemist, where the first time the anime passed the manga, and then when the manga finally finished, they did Brotherhood, which is like based just on the like just follows the manga all the way, which is pretty neat. Like, it's cool that they did that because a lot of people consider that to be maybe the best anime, which I had to watch it again and be like a little bit more not paying attention, but like thinking about it, I guess, and a little bit more critical to see if I thought it was that good. Just like One Piece, freaking long ass story with background stories out the ass. Everyone has their own story or something. Yeah, but at least One Piece, it sounds like it's going to end within the next couple years, I think is what I heard. Because I could have sworn that they said they were in their final arc like 2 years ago, and people were all joking that, so like it probably still has 5 years left. What was I fucking? Oh, I was talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood was very good. I just don't know if I would say it's like the best. But a lot of people have it in their top, 3, 5, whatever. I can see why. I mean, it's just a really good fucking tight story. I mean, for me, I always appreciate stories that you can tell were thought out ahead of time. I think that's why someone like George R. R. Martin kind of drives me crazy. Because he clearly had some kind of outline, right? Like, he's a bunch of shit that he foreshadows. But he's never going to finish because he's not an outliner. He said that he likes to let the characters in the world dictate what happens. I mean, if you can write like that, that's cool, but I find it really frustrating when shit just doesn't end because of that. Like, it's really hard for me to imagine writing a story without knowing the ending. Damn. Oh, come on, Yoshi. Full Metal. Oh, Mr. Divine said just for them to release a 2-piece spinoff. Yeah, you'll get the instead of the Pirate King, you'll get like the Pirate Queen or some shit, or the Pirate God. You know they're rebooting the fucking One Piece anime, which is kind of crazy to think about. Oh, fuck you, plant. This plant is on my ass right now. Look at this. Look at this fucking dude. He's eating my shit. Damn. There we go, bitch. Yeah, Tyler says Full Metal. Oh my god, Full Metal Brotherhood is definitely my favorite. The music, villains, magic, system, story, dialogue. Yeah, it's great all around. And then Mr. Divine says, I heard George R. R. Martin didn't plan anything, and that's why he's in that mess. Admits he killed off characters he shouldn't have. Exactly. And that's what I was saying about that style of writing. It's really hard for me to comprehend. Like, how you don't have at least just a loose outline. I get if you don't want an outline that's like you're essentially outlining the entire story and you give yourself no flexibility and no room for change because that's too rigid. I mean, I'm sure there's guys that do it, but yeah, I don't know how you don't have like bullet point key events, Wow. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at this bonus challenge. Yeah, I think Stephen King I heard is that way also, Mr. Divine, where he has kind of the same thing. That's why all his endings are like insane apparently. I'm not going to pretend I've read all his fucking books. But like even it, right? Like it ends with them like what are they? They fucking they have like a interdimensional turtle that they're riding on, and the main girl has to have sex with all the boys to defeat it, or some like crazy shit. I like the book sounds fucking wild, and they would never put that on screen. Damn it. Yeah, it jumped the shark toward the end. Yeah, I heard it was fucking crazy. Like just some kind of coke-addled fucking rampage. Wasn't King like super coked up for a lot of books? Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said. I heard it was just like he was just a fucking drugged out like weirdo. And essentially I don't know. I think it was Ben Shapiro who called him a Calvinist. I can't even remember what Calvinism is, honestly. So I can't comment on that. I just thought it was funny at the time. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Yeah, Mr. Divine says, haha, sex so they can escape the sewers. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what it really wanted, was to be a fucking pervert for little kids. If you just let him be a pervert, he'll fuck off. Fucking weird, man. Clearly it worked, yeah. The cocaine? Yeah, exactly. All that bitch does is sit around on Twitter all day fucking complaining, apparently. Yeah, man. These authors, there's some fucking wild dudes out there. Have you guys ever seen Dark? It's a German show on Netflix. Oh, I'm gonna die, huh? Just slowly. Oh, a video about how you would have broken season 2 of Arcane into at least 2 seasons. I was actually thinking, because I never made an Arcane 1 video. I don't know for sure if I'll do this, but I was thinking maybe I should do like kind of a why is Arcane 1 better than 2? And then just kind of pick a couple scenes and just go through, or maybe even just like the basic story structure. Because I think people seem to think that that season 1 was super complex story wise, and I think character wise it was complex. Story wise, I actually think it was relatively simple. Because the crux of the whole story is, what is Piltover going to do about what is Piltover going to do about the Undercity, and what does the Undercity want in return, and is it fair? Like, how can those two places get along with such an unfair distribution of resources and treatment. And that's really the crux of the entire season. And you get Vi and Jinx, who are kind of like both manifestations of that, where Vi represents the more, like we need to, like kind of Vi and Vander, obviously. Like we need to kind of adapt to their society, try to blend in with them, get along with them without using violence, but still fight for what we want. And then you have Silco and Jinx, who are the more like we want what we want and we want it fucking now. And if we have to use violence, so be it. And I hate how people compare everyone to fucking Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, but that really is kind of like the easiest, like the most common parallel that everyone knows. And yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm saying, Tyler. Is there were a lot of elements in it, but they weren't. But they all focused centrally on kind of one thing, and I think that's where, to me at least, it seems like season 2 is struggling. Is instead of there being like one element they're focused on, they've branched off into like 4, and they've still got the same amount of screen time. And they've introduced more characters. So like not only do you have the same amount of time, you got like time's finite, right? But you've got way more shit you're trying to cover. And the shit that they're trying to cover is also more complex. Like a class struggle at its root is pretty I don't want to say simplistic, but there's two sides, right? EFAP just came out with their coverage of Arc 1. Yeah, it's rough. Exactly. I've watched about half of it, or I listened to half of it last night. And I agree. Obviously they were having, I pointed out some of the plot armor stuff, but you know how they are. They went into fucking autistic detail about it. And they're right. But what I was saying about the complexity is, a class struggle at its root is essentially two sides trying to figure out how to get along, right? Trying to figure out a fair distribution of resources. They probably have only, generally speaking, like one or two philosophies that underlie each side. You're not getting like a super complicated philosophical thing necessarily. Where something like Victor's arc in this season, to me, is really fucking complicated. Like the entire thing with this interdimensional, I guess it's interdimensional. They haven't even fucking said. I mean, that's what it seems like, at least, right? It's really complicated, and that could be its own story. Like there's entire, there's entire universes built off that kind of thing. Like it's not just, you have a class struggle and finite resources. You've got the dynamics of how it works, the philosophy of how it should be used, the limits of it, like all the world building components. It's a lot more going on than just what's fair for our city or our, whatever, our society or city, whatever the fuck they are. Country, I don't know what Piltover is. Damn it. So yeah, what I was saying though is like when you get into this like interdimensional, whatever you want to call it, right? This shit with Victor could seriously be its whole own thing. Like it's way too complicated to me to try to squeeze all that shit into, I don't know. I mean, how much screen time do you think Victor's had, Tyler? Out of like the 3.5 hours that we've gotten, Victor himself has probably gotten Um, 45 minutes, maybe. It's just, I don't know why they rushed it so much. I really don't. And it's really at the expense of the story. This is not one of those things where, because sometimes you have like a tweener where you don't have quite enough to stretch out into another season. So you're like, well, fuck. Like, do we want to stretch it out? Do we want to just call it when we can? Like, how are we going to go about this, right? And I think in a lot of cases, that's a perfectly reasonable conclusion to come to is like, we don't have enough material. This, I do not think that's the case. I mean, the reality is that the stuff with Mel, the stuff with Victor, the stuff with Jinx and Vi, the introductions of the new characters, like all of that stuff could be, I would say, half a season on its own. I mean, I don't even think that's like, that's kind of like a tight season, I think. Oh shit. Well, no, seriously. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Tyler. Tyler said Victor has had very little screen time, and having his entire community and story be squeezed into one episode, and having the Vander mental rehab as a montage was a huge mistake. Yeah, I don't. That's what I was saying. I don't know if it was to you, Tyler, or somebody else in the comments. I can't help but wonder: was there some kind of contractual limit? Like, was Netflix like, look, we're not going to spend this much money again? I don't know. I don't know, like, what exactly the deal is. But it's a bummer. It's just a bummer because obviously they're never gonna get another fucking season 1 redo. Like, that shit's done. And like, you wouldn't want them to redo season 1, presumably. What the fuck am I doing with this level? Seriously. I just keep running to the same places over and over. I'm in fucking circles. Damn it. I'm gonna have to look up a guide for a little kids game. But yeah, it's just disappointing. Because the characters, I mean, well, I was gonna say they've been kept intact, but that's not even true anymore. I would say part 1 of season 2, I think they were kept intact. Part 2 has been a fucking, I think, a mess. Oh, okay. So Tyler's saying from what he got from the documentary on season 1 is that their contract is with both Riot. Oh, their contract is with Riot and not Netflix. Riot commissioned 2 seasons. Yeah. And then he says, but surely after the success of season 1, they could have said, you guys can use more if you need to. That makes a lot more sense to me. But if that's the case also, see, this is what we were just talking about with planning. Like, how can they not know how much they'll need? Just roughly. Like, right? Like, if you're like, okay, we have 2 seasons. We have all these things we want to accomplish. Why don't we accomplish these things in season 1? Like, we need to get to the halfway point, right? So we need to get this far by the end of season 1, and then the rest will be season 2. I'm just going to fucking kill myself. I don't know what's going on with this level. That's fucking crazy. Because Riot makes a shitload, don't they? I thought Riot was kind of like Blizzard or any of those big ass studios. That is crazy to me that they wouldn't see how popular it was and be like, okay, like, you guys do what you need to. That's a bummer to hear. Because if it was contractual, well, if it was contractual, I blame the writers less. But also, if they knew they had 2 seasons, then it's like, well, the hell are you doing? Hey, what's up, Talons and Spears? I'm wrapping up actually Talons and Spears after this level. I started at 10:30 today. And while I said this at the beginning of the stream, but I don't think anybody was here. I'm just going to start doing the streams whenever it's convenient for me on Sunday mornings. Because I ended up just kind of sitting around waiting for like an hour and a half a lot of the time. Motherfucker. To do the stream. And with me having this new job and just being as busy as I am, I don't really want to eat up half my Sunday just waiting to stream. So the stream will still be probably between, I would say, anytime between 9:30 and noon. But just to give you an idea, I'm not going to stick to the like rigidly to the noon time anymore. Okay, so Tyler says, well, let me see if I can get past this fucking piece of shit real quick. Okay, so Tyler says that, okay, so the story is they originally told the creators no for everything. The creators made the pilot anyway, shared the admin, and the admin liked it so much that they greenlit 2 seasons. I mean, yeah, you could definitely tell it was a passion project. I think you still can, in that sense, at least. You know, it's very obvious that they care about it. I definitely wouldn't accuse them of like not giving a fuck or something. You know, but still, to me, if they greenlight 2 seasons, then you know the deal. I don't really understand. I mean, unless they just, you know what I bet happened now that we're talking about it like this, and this is obviously just speculation. My guess is that they were like, okay, like, let's do this for season 1, and then we'll do these things for season 2. And then when they got to season 2, it was kind of already too late because they ended up with, I mean, you know how it is with where your story branches, right? Like, when your story branches off like that, it can get really big really fast. So I bet that's what happened. Is they were like, okay, like, here's the initial plan. You know, let's do this. And then they the story just grew out of control. And then they were like, well, shit. Like, that would be my guess. Because I've had this happen to me before. Like, when I'm talking about stuff in a video, I'll think like, oh, I'll just mention this one little thing offhand. No big deal. And then when I go to do it, I'm like, well, you know, I need to explain it. And then sometimes there's a little bit more context for that. And then all of a sudden, you know, because I wanted to mention something offhand, you end up with fucking, like an extra, essentially like an extra entire subject that you're now discussing when initially you were just like, oh, I'll just mention this thing. So my guess is that's what happened. But I mean, I feel like in that case, it's better to cut something than to try to fit everything. And it seems to me like they're trying to give like the amount of depth to to all these fucking characters that they gave to Vi, Jinx, and Silco in season 1. And now they're like, well, shit, you know? Like, we don't have the capacity. So instead of being like, okay, like, this sucks that we have to cut this thing out, you know, whatever it is. The fuck, man? Instead of being like, okay, like, we need to cut this thing out, now they've ended up in a situation where they've just overloaded the whole show. So instead of getting 1 or 2 good things, being disappointed that something important got cut out, you end up with everything being kind of mediocre. That's kind of what it feels like to me right now. If that's the context of, you know, everything happening, is that they knew they had 2 seasons, and then they outlined their story. It blew up on them. Yeah, it's just disappointing, mainly. Whoa, fucker. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I mean, hopefully the finale will at least be fun, because I'm not expecting it to be good at this point. Like, I think the pace of the show after part 2 is very clear. Like, they are not slowing down. So, I guess you just have to hope it's good, you know? Also, I feel like I'm a complete fucking idiot right now that I can't figure out a damn kids game. Yeah, I saw that comment, Tyler. He said it's all woke garbage now. And then somebody responded to him before I even saw it. It was like the first season had all the same stuff in it. And I actually responded and I was like, you know, usually when people say woke, what they mean is putting these things in at the sacrifice of the story. And the example that I gave was that they race swapped Nick Fury, but no one cared because he was still a cool character. But then they race swapped Captain Falcon, from my understanding. I haven't read the comics. And they have fucking story arcs about him not being able to get a fucking loan at the bank because he's black. Like, to me, that's the type of shit that people mean when they say woke. Like, I don't think having lesbians or women or whatever makes something inherently woke. That's, I mean, anyone who uses it that way, I think is a fucking retard. Typically, when people use it, that's what they're saying is like, you know, like, you sacrifice the story to push messaging about this bullshit instead of focusing on telling a good story. But I mean, I know everybody defines it differently. Seems like the guy just actually doesn't like women. Could be. I mean, it's the internet, man. Who the fuck knows? Although I was a little bit surprised by that comment on my video, because I know sometimes I mention that stuff if I feel like they're really forcing it and like jamming it down your throat and the story doesn't make sense or they're lecturing you. But I don't know. I was surprised because I didn't say anything about that in my Arcane video. It wasn't like I was complaining about Caitlyn and Vi being a thing or whatever. You know, it was weird. But I guess people are going to focus on what they want. Who knows? Maybe he's someone who subscribed after like my "Am I Racist" video or something. I don't fucking know. Oh, Tyler says, I hate that people keep getting the best of Vi in combat. her arc to me has been really fucking strange this season because, you know, last season she was very, if you want to say, single-minded, I guess. Like, she wanted revenge on Silco. She felt like he was fucking up the Undercity or Zon or whatever you want to call it now. And she wanted to get Jinx back. And that was a pretty like straightforward, you know, arc to me. I didn't think it was, I don't know. I thought it was a pretty simple motivation. Like, yeah, her character had complexity because she's dealing with, she does, you know, obviously befriend Caitlyn, and she has to deal with her crazy ass sister and all her dead family and all that. Like all that stuff is complex, but the story itself is, it's just not. Or like the heart of it is very, you know, I want my sister back and I want revenge. Fine. Like, super easy. Also, why can I not shoot this fucking thing? Okay, I guess I'm just stuck there, huh? Jesus, I'm about to turn this fucking game off. I wanted to stop the stream like 45 minutes ago. I'm fucking hungry. Yeah, I don't know what else is coming out right now that I could talk about. I mentioned Dan to Dan for anime. It's really good. I find 365 Days to the Wedding to be a good, nice little rom-com. I'm probably gonna make a little video about it, just a short one. It's it's adults, which is nice, but the premise is obviously crazy because it's a anime rom-com. And but you know, because it's adults, they can touch on a lot of adult subjects. Like, I don't know if the anime will quite get this far, but there's a part where a guy is talking to a girl and he finds out she's a single mom. And then after his reaction, because he kind of like is unsure what to say. Oh damn it. The wrong way. Because he's unsure what to say, she's like, that's answer enough. Which is a pretty, you know, not fucked up, but it's a rough spot to be in. Because I think most guys, if they're being honest, don't want to be dating a single mom. God damn it. Fuck this game. Alright, I think I'm gonna wrap up here. This level's fucking pissing me off and I'm hungry. And really, I don't actually have that much to talk about today. It was just Penguin and Arcane. We got kind of sidetracked and all kinds of shit, so I'll leave it here. I should be able to stream next week, just whenever I get up. The Thanksgiving weekend, I have no idea. Presumably, everyone will be with family or traveling. My family will be in town, but I don't know when I'll meet up with them that day. So, we'll see. Maybe I'll squeeze a short one in or something. For videos, I'm going to do... Let's see. What videos do I have planned, actually? Well, Jay requested Death Wish. I still have Deadwood Season 2 for Tyler. I might do couple little short anime ones, just shit that I'm watching this season. I think that's it. I don't know if I have any definitive plans laid out. There's not really anything I'm watching weekly until Arcane. So that one, I'll probably do what I did this weekend, and I'll get up at whatever time I wake up Saturday, I'll get up and watch those 3 episodes straight away, get the video recorded, and yeah, hopefully I'll get it out Saturday afternoon again. And beyond that, I don't know. I had a couple long-term things that I wanted to work on, but those got kind of put on the back burner for a bit. And then Gladiator, I'll probably do Thursday night. Gladiator 2, sorry. That'll be a big steaming pile of dog shit, it sounds like. Yeah. I don't think there's any weekly shows that I'm interested in right now. So I don't think I'll have a weekly set thing. It'll just be kind of whatever I'm feeling like that week. So all right, well, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll have a video out at some point. We'll see. All right, see you guys.